Hello everybody, you're here with Claro Beauty with your host Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for being here. So today is going to be an episode about Patrickta new blush. This is the one Not Too Much. He just came out with 3 new colors. I only bought this one, but I do have several comparisons with previous colors and with another brand and the lip gloss as well. So if you're interested in that, please keep on watching and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. All right, well, let's begin. Now I'm very excited. Give me 1 second. I'm right here. Oh, here it is. I just remember that I have some of his lipsticks and other glosses, and I just brought it so I can compare it to those. Oh, yay. Okay. Anyhow, yes, I thought I was prepared. And of course, last minute, I think of these things, right? So let's begin. So there are 3 new colors that he came with. And one is this one, which is the Not Too Much, which is more the neutral beige, but it does have some rose to it. I don't think the screen is picking it up a little. Maybe you can see in this one. And once I do the comparison, it will be more noticeable. So this is a lot better for my skin tone than previous releases. A lot of people keep comparing it to blushing. Do I hear? Yeah, she's blushing. It's right here. Oof. I think the plastic screen that is covering. There you go. Let me open both. And I'll tell you how they come, but so I don't know if you can tell there, this is a lot more brown, and this one has more rose to it, but this one has more peach to it. So it's like a perfect combo. I don't know if you can see that. And I keep seeing that in the new releases of Chanel and Dior, where they've been a little more into the pinks, rose, but they mixed it with a little bit of peach, orangey. So I've been loving that because that's perfect for my skin tone versus the previous era, which was all about browns and beige. And so for most of you blonde ladies, probably you prefer those brownish, more warm colors, but I'm loving this era. Right when I said I don't need more makeup, and then all these colors came out, which is right up my alley, and here I am. So any case, so that is the case on this one. There's the other 2 colors. One is very pink. I wouldn't say baby pink, but it does have a lot of blue in it, and that's why I didn't get it. Usually when they have a lot of blue in it, they don't necessarily complement me that well. They will complement more of a cool tone skin. That's what I seen. That's how I like it. But that's why I didn't get it. I did bought back on the day the Cheese Adore, which is kind of the pink. This one has a little more watermelon to it and less that bluish. So this could be complimentary to me. I have done videos on this back on the day when they first got released, and a lot of comparison with other pink blushes. So that's why I didn't get the new release. It's gorgeous. I've seen it in people. It's gorgeous, but it's just, I don't think my kind of tone. There was the other one. What is She's the Moment, I think, which is everybody's like raving about it, probably because it's the most different, because it is this punch of in the peach, orangey. People say it's not that orange, so I would stay more in the peach tone, but it is that pump, spring, summer, which I think it looks beautiful, but I like it more in medium tone and darker. Not as light as I am. That's why I didn't get it. But I love it. I love it if I had something like that for my skin tone. But that's why I didn't get it. So let's begin with this one. This one I already tried and I love it. Just FYI. And I love it with the gloss. We'll be trying it. Now, if you haven't seen, oh my God, this is so dirty. I see other YouTubers say, I don't want to ruin it because I want it to look nice when you first show it. And of course, look at all my fingerprints already. So, well, there's proof that that is the kind of cases. This model, they all come like that, and they all kind of get dirty like that. So yeah, I put cream on my face before starting moisturizing, and that's the cream in my fingers. So right this moment. So that's one thing. Other than that, the case is beautiful. I do have a hard time opening it. This happens to me with Patrickta and with Tome 4. Tome 4 has kind of the same, this is smaller obviously, this is an eyeshadow, but kind of has the same mechanism. Here I have a highlighter from Tome 4, so you see kind of the same mechanism. And I always have a little hard time because I don't know if you'll open this bottom part or this will stay down and open this and open right here. So I'm always like figuring with it. I don't like that part. But other than that, it does snap. Ooh, that was loud. And then obviously, once you remember how it is, you open it. It has a full mirror. And then it has the powder. And then it has the cream. And it does have this little thing so you can protect the cream or the powder not going into the cream, etc. I guess for makeup artists that travel with them, or I mean, I guess it's useful. But it's cute. It's cute. So let's begin. So I did try this and I did love it. I'll do swatches and a little bit forward. So I thought I had the duo. There's a duo brush from Patrickta, not this one. And I thought I had it somewhere, couldn't find it. But it is supposed to be perfect for these blushes because it has a fluffy side and then a more for the cream part of it. So most YouTubers I've seen them using it. I did pull this one, which I did find, which is what I bought for the contour because it's very, very thin. I rarely have used this brush and the duo that I just mentioned, thus I can't find it. But we'll try it today. I do have other brushes. Probably that's what I would use anyways. Okay. So yesterday when I tried the blush, I tried the Refer. This is Refer 24. I do like this brush quite a bit. I pull it out often. It reminds me of a set from Sonia G that I also love, but why mention it? It's not on stock. So this one is a to go. Refer 24. And if you haven't checked this brand out, go ahead and do, because the brushes are top quality and they usually run these sales. It's kind of like an always sale or if you review the product sale, you get very, very good prices. So check them out. Anyway, this one. So let's begin with the powder. And the powder is supposed to go, I mean, Patrickta puts the powder first and then the cream. Our common sense when he first came out would have been the opposite, but I think by now everybody kind of, if you follow Patrickta, etc. So I'm going to do it that way. So I am going to apply the powder first, and this is supposed to be all over the cheek. So just this powder I love. Look at that. And I found that if you just put the powder, it can look very elegant, kind of Chanel, Dior, you know, those kind of elegance. And I mean, okay, you can make it look like that, but it doesn't look like that in the sense that right now I put it, it looks gorgeous. It looks a pop of color like Patrickta loves it. And it can be very elegant. What I would do is take a little bit of powder, Dior, or a little bit of my foundation brush and just tap on top of it to tone it down. And that will give the elegance and the color. The color is just gorgeous. Now, I don't know how to do this because I wanted to do both sides, but I do want to have a comparison here, which is the RMS, the Maiden Blush. This is what I would grab, kind of similar, but it's not the same. So let me play with that in the arm with the swatches at the end. So this is the powder itself. I think is gorgeous. This is what I wore yesterday with the gloss. You'll see. I just think it's complimentary, lifts you up. It kind of has that red. It's not in the pinks, it's not in the peaches, but it has that reddish but still kind of healthy, you just came back from a run sort of thing. I'm looking at myself on my other mirror. It's much better than this little screen. But anyhow, then you can obviously add it a little bit on the eye like I like it. And you can pull a little balm in here and you're good to go. So All right, now let's add now the cream. Now I'm gonna use a Sonia G. This is my favorite brush for cream blushes because of the size and because how this performs. I have many other brushes, but this beats it all. So this is a mini base. This one came in a set where we're all minis, but there is, they sell this individually in the long way, just in case, mini case. So let's try now the cream. Now just tap, tap, tap. And so you can just, I play two ways to use this. So one is as a type of where highlighter will go, kind of the top of the cheek. Look how beautiful. Oh. I mean, if it wasn't just alive, now it really brought it, you know, I lost 10 years. Youthful, you know, ripe, not ripe, but is it ripe apple? You know, when they're just like, you want to bite them? Yeah, apple of the cheek, and that's what happened. Look at that. Oof. Love it. So when I wanted to show you on the other side, and we'll use the other brush, I could use this brush, but just because it's Patrickta brush, right? What I've done is, let me apply just the powder here. Easy, I mean easy, because it has sufficient color. Oh, I did pull up another brush to see how it would apply well. Not anymore. You know, if I wanted to use a little fluffier, smaller brush. But I find these are perfect for when you want this kind of look where you really want to fill kind of your cheek. All right, so now let's take this one and just tap, 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 and use it kind of as a bronzer instead of the highlighter area. Now I'm using this sort of bronzing kind. So it does give a different look. I mean, what do you guys think? Let's see what I'm doing here. Yeah, so this one, mostly brush and then just the pop of color of the cream. And this one, powder, and then a pop of color of the cream on top of the cheek. You can use it both, so I'm using this a little more contour and a little more bronzing, so this is a little faded. And again, you can top with a little powder on top of it right here. We can do that at the end, and it just makes it very nice. Now let me finish. Well, you see what I mean, right? So because I want to equalize them and then put the lips. So I'm trying to figure out, and then we're gonna add the powder, so you see how I finalize a little better look, right? Well, let me apply a little bit of powder. I'm gonna use my Dior, which is my to-go. If you've been with me, you know I love that powder. It's still like that. Now, a new brush that I love using my powder with is the F5 Wayne Goss. If you haven't got this brush, now is one of my to-goes, and I bought two. One for my bathroom, one for right here for you guys. So, just applying a little bit, and then what I mean is under the eyes, and then kind of like in the center of my face, and then you can do the edges a little bit. Very lightly, because this brush is so gentle, you can't really overdo it. So once you take care of the little edges, starts looking, oh, look at that. Patrickta outdid himself with this color. I love it. I mean, it's a love formula. People love it. But for me, most of them were too bold. I haven't really used them much because of the boldness. I mean, it had to be very in the mood. And when I'm in that mood, I usually go for RMS, which we'll compare a little bit because it gives this kind of look, and it has many different colors. But for this color, I really, really recommend it. All right, so this is more or less, we'll go with the lips. And so now that you've seen it, you see, this is the, okay, you know, not gonna repeat myself, I always do that. So now I'm just gonna equalize it a little bit with my favorite brush. See, I can use other brushes, but at the end, I always come back to the ones I really enjoy. I'm gonna do a couple of brush videos, and I will let you guys know which are my to go. Unfortunately, some of them are already not available, but I'll try to make it all the ones that are available and are like, okay. Of course, I have more brushes that you need, but I enjoy that. I really enjoy that, because back in the day, I could have 3 brushes and do everything with those 3 brushes. But now, if you enjoy this kind of game, playing, there you have it. So let's do, did I put the gloss? Yeah, let's put the gloss and then we'll go to the swatches. I'm not teasing you about the swatches comparisons. It's just, you know, if I'm gonna be comparing and everything, might as well just finish up my look, don't you think? All right, so I ask you and then I don't let you respond. Well, it's kind of hard because I don't know if you will respond anyways. Okay, so what did I do with the lip liner here? So I was gonna pull out one of my to-go, but it's in my purse. So I just pull out it was at Chanel. I love the lip liners from Chanel, love them. Instead, I got the Charlotte Tilbury Super Size Me. This is also a to-go. It's been my favorite for a while. And I'm just gonna line my lips with it, because now at my age, a lip liner is almost a must. I mean, the lips always look better with a lip liner. I don't care what age you are, but after a certain age, you kind of need to. Not only because your lips are reducing in size, but you don't want it all, you know, coming out of your lips. But I have to say, this gloss from Patrickta doesn't really do that. It's not one of those very oily, all messy. No, not at all. It stays straight in place. Still, I like the lip liner. And they do last. They do have a little bit of bite to them because they are pumping. They sell some in drugstores and things like that are for lip, you know, enhancing, and those bite quite a lot. I wouldn't buy those. I don't even remember the brand of it. I think it's Maybelline. Oh, they have some that, I still have one. I used it once and I'm like, that's torture. Your lips do pump up, but it's torture. This one's bite. Not as bad, but they do bite. So just FYI, let's apply it. Love, love, love the color. Love how it goes. Let's see what you think. Okay. So nice little applicator. It does come full of the product. You know how much sometimes you buy a product and you can see the container has only 3/4 of it. No, this is full. And then, look at that. It goes on top of the lip. It glides delicious. It does have a tiny bit of flavor and scent. And there's the biting. Almost like if you, it's not a mint candy, but it has a little bit of, feel like you just tasted a candy and then it's gone. It's not like it stays, but there's there. So sometimes it's good because it kind of refreshes your mouth and the minty. Sometimes it's like, I'm not in the mood for it. So if you don't like that kind of sensation, this one has it. Almost bubblegum, way down there, not strong back, or strawberry, fruity. It's something to it. Let me see if it's just the scent. No, the scent is nice, again, like a strawberry something, but you feel like as if you just had a lick of a candy. All right, so there you go. Oh, it didn't stink this strong this time. Yesterday, it really sting, but this time, no. Okay, it's not stinging today. It's just the flavor. But look at that. So that's what it is. I love it. And I will just go like that. Maybe mascara, maybe a little liner. All right, so let's do swatches. Can't believe I took you this long to take the swatches, but I wanted to try it and I did not do the swatches before I turned the camera on. Oh well. Okay. Cream powder. More rose, a little more peach. You see that? So the mixture is what I think the fashion is going for, because like for example, it remind me of, I just got this. This is what, a month old or something like that. This is a Dior limited edition. This is the Precious Rose. You see the color? You see this one? Let me swatch it for you. So this is very in style. Of course, the Dior is a lot softer. So I guess you can't compare, but I mean, yeah, because the way they go, it's not this pop of color, but the tone of it, you see it? Yeah, you see it. The tone of it is going the same routes, okay? There is another one, oh, I don't have it here, but Chanel new, not Rose Pilar, not Mauve, oh, I had to do it. It's in my purse. That's the one I'm carrying in my purse, so that's not gonna happen. All right, well, never mind about that. But when I tell you these are the colors that are in style, these are the colors that are in style. Now, let me compare it to the other two. So this is Not Too Much, and this is She's So LA. I mean, too brown, right? And then let me just say it. But I'll show you what is brown, because when you compare, you're like, it's too brown. But I'll show you something. So this one is She's So LA. So definitely too much brown. However, this is She's Too LA, So LA, and this is a bronzer. Now this one doesn't look that brown. This is bronzer tone. This one is She's Sculpted. Now this one looks a little more red, right? Okay. Now let us now swatch. She's Blushing. This is the one that everybody says is more similar, which, I mean, it is more similar, but I mean, let me show you. She's Blushing. So sure, it is more similar. It's not as, what is this, brown, peachy, orangey, tending to. And this one is still more melony or rose, kind of this. But they're not the same. This one's a little more brown, more bold, more melon. This one is more on the rose peach, which is in style right now, and which is what goes with my skin. So this one, I wanted to get this look. That's why I got it, but it kind of never worked. So now you have all the choices. But I hope you can see that the bronzer, nothing to do with She's So LA. And then with the new one, right? This is the new one. All right. I think that's about it. I mean, I don't know how much more you want to see with She's Blushing, but I think it's very clear She's Blushing, and the new, not so much. It's more beige, it's more neutral, it's more softer. But you saw, compared to the Dior, no, these are bold. I mean, look at me. I mean, just in camera, this is, I would probably tone it down quite a bit. Actually, in person, doesn't look like in camera. Right now, I'm looking at my camera, and I'm like, whoa, bold. In my mirror, no, it looks a little more toned down. But even if you wanted to tone it more down, you can take the foundation brush and just kind of thing. Anyhow, the last comparison will be with the RMS, because this is what I more or less get with RMS, and I'm talking about Made in Blush. Okay, so let's swatch this. Yeah. Aha. See this? It is the closest because this one has more rose. This one's, again, more peach and more melony. This one's more brown and orangey. And this one, right up the alley. I knew it. And I'm trying to apply it like this. Let's see the color that it gets. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this one is the Patrickta. This one is the RMS. So the RMS seems to have a little more peach to it, more tan. And this one is a little more subtle and more rose. There you go. So definitely they're different. They're different, but to me, that if I wanted something similar, that's the one I would go, but it does look more red and brown than this. So I'm extremely happy purchasing this color. It's neutral, but and it goes with style with the times. And about the gloss, look, that was the other comparison. So I had here one of the glosses, is 2cc. My God, I need to make the names bigger. So let me swatch them right here. So this one is the brand new one, which is called Needs Hair, this one. And it goes perfect with this. But you can wear this with everything. It's one of those natural, you can wear it with pink, with everything. And the previous one, which was the 2cc, I hope I'm seeing it, it's too small. This one is from the previous collection and it's a favorite. It also goes with everything, yeah. So 2cc and then the new one. There is several more shades in this collection that came out. I think like 3 or 4 that come next are much darker and browner, more in the gothic. And then there's one lighter and more in the pinkish, probably will be similar to this or closer to a very, very famous, I think it's 804 from Chanel. I was looking to see if I have it right in front of me. Well, yeah, this one. So I think the new Patrickta, the one, not the one I just showed you, but the one that is a little lighter, I think is going to be closer to this because it's very pinkish. It's one of those that you use to light up your lips, to add a little bit of sexiness. So I didn't get that one. I got this because it's very neutral. I like to have a little bit of color in my lips, so this will work perfect. It actually gives more color than the one I owned previously. And I think the combination of these two is just perfection. So if you want to spend the summer just with this look, you could with these 2 products. All right, well, I think that's it for today. I hope you like the review. That's the end of it. I wish I was just going out like this with a little bit of mascara. However, I will be doing another review coming. So yeah, thank you for being here with me. Please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so, please ring the bell in the right-hand corner. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.